All right, yo, we back. Yeah. And you know, every week we come back to this overtime segment where we let the conversation continue, and there's always one person that's missing, and look, and Lord knows who it is. Trent B, not here. Anyway, man, we appreciate everybody.
I need to make me some coffee. That sounds good.
We talking about coffee. We talking about nothing else but coffee. All right. So look, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in, man. And you know, as we said on early in the show, man, Adrian sitting in and chopping up with us. So we appreciate that. Just real quick, go through the commercial. I mean, not the commercials, but the comments. You know, Gerard. Big shout out to Gerard Rencher. Them pilgies. You know exactly what you're talking about. Something wrong with that boy. Something wrong with him. Yeah, big shout out to Gerard, man. Eric McDaniel said, yeah, he shot him and then went back to get the AR. You know, that topic we were talking about with the
snow.
Yeah. You know, the strange thing about that video is he shot that lady at least in the head twice or 3 times.
I thought he shot her like 6 times or something. Didn't they say?
I said in the head.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he wanted them dead. I think it was more. It was more than just that incident. It might have been like building up for a long time because that was hatred right there. That's what it. You know, he shot him, came back out, had to finish both of them. So that was a little bit more build up.
Well, that's what I was hearing was that, and I don't know this to be truth, that they were always talking mess to him. So I don't know if it was just that incident or if it was multiple incidents. But
so what you think, they were bullying him?
I don't know.
Man, look, he just.
But people have gone off for less things than that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's why you got to be careful. Like with that whole confession letter, like you don't know how people react to you doing crazy stuff to them.
Look, agreed. Look, me and Ron both know some cats that we used to work with that you don't want to get on their bad side, because you got to be careful with people, man. You really just don't know what people are capable of, man. And you keep if he was being bullied, you know what I'm saying? Like that's you really just don't know, man. Wow.
Yeah.
But apparently, am I misunderstood when people apparently people were posting the actual video itself, because someone posted, I think it might have been like Charlamagne the God who posted and was like, "Yo, why are you guys posting these videos of the actual of this guy, you know, actually shooting people, whatever?" But I think that was what was going on. I think this is the same incident.
Yeah, it was. Somebody had sent me the video.
Because it was going all over like Instagram and Twitter.
But you can still easily see, you can still find that video. That's the sad thing about it.
It's still up.
Yeah, still up. Norman Kenny said, "Yep, he went and got his rifle." Pamela Townsend, big shout out to Pamela Townsend for joining us again. Yes, what's in the heart does come out the mouth, so real just in him. Okay, yeah. So she's talking about the country singer. Yep, powerful. Gerard, big Rondo. Gerard said, "Holla at me. I'll take you to the moon." Hey, he said, "Holla at him, Crystal. He'll take you to the moon."
All right now.
I'm just messing. Chantel Taylor Bonaparte. That's a good name. She's right. Feet to the ground. Okay. All right. Elijah Bowser. Big shout out to Elijah Bowser, man. Big supporter. Like roaches when the lights come on, scattering. I think he's talking about the Margie Ellis thing. What's her name? Margie.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
MTG.
Where I get Ellis from? I don't know. Norman Kenny said, "What's wrong with Bill Cosby?" Bruh, the fact you had to ask that question.
Yeah.
Norman Kenny said, then she got elected. They elected her. Linda Amos Bruce said, it's called feeling privileged. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. That is
Yeah.
true.
Norman Kenny said, leave the defense budget alone, Trent.
Nope.
Mm.
I'm sorry,
Why not?
but you can take 2% and fund education with that. I'm sorry, no. I'm sorry, you $740 billion. No, I'm good. Take that 2% and fund education in these inner cities.
I'm with you on that, Trent.
But okay, so Trent, you know this because when I ran for office, is one of the things we ran on. The states, the federal government can give these states money for education all they want to, and they have in the past. Matter of fact, Maryland is one of the states that receive a lot of money for education. The state then gives that money to who? The counties, the cities, right? And it's up to them to execute those funds, per the guidelines given by the governor. Now, the problem is those cities and counties don't use the money for what it's supposed to be used for. So yes, I understand. You can say give 2% to, education and all this other stuff. Yeah, but when the money trickles down all the way down to the lowest person on that pole to use the money as it should be used, it's not appropriated correctly.
Then there should be stipulations for you receiving that money. I'm sorry, it's really not hard, man. If you give a certain money, you can put in stipulation and amendments, whatever, into what you're sending to the lower. And Ron, I agree with you. It does happen. Because again, this is what we talked about on your campaign. That does happen. But my thing is, you can put in like places where if you do not send this type of funding to this particular place that we tell you to put it, which is, we're talking about education, then you won't be funded ever again. You will never receive federal funding ever again.
Or they have to send that money back.
That's easy. That's easy to put in the contract. That's easy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That my thing. Man, look, guy. I'm not giving any more excuses. Look, I'm a huge states' rights individual, right? And I'm a huge like local things, whatever, like you said. But again, there are ways of doing things, and there are procedures that you can put in place for this money to get to these schools and other places. There is.
Yeah, but
people just don't want to do it. They want to trust the local cities to do it.
Yeah, I see it. Like in a place like Baltimore, where within these communities, I remember when the Horseshoe was just about to be built, and they said all of those funds are going to the schools and to help with all that. That was their way of getting it voted in to have casinos and everything. And the schools are just as bad. The mayors and everything, they were taking money and doing it for other things. I think a lot of people know the stories of a lot of people getting fired and things coming out with that. But a lot of that money is just being taken and done whatever else with. So we'll see coming forward with these, new elected officials and everything like that, and see if more funding goes into it. But if it doesn't, then it's more than just the people who are just more than just the mayors or the things like that they're blaming it on.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you, Adrian. I think, and I think people just need to be held accountable. Yeah. And I think that if you don't have any teeth to hold people accountable, then they're going to continue to do the same thing that they're doing. Right? You have to make example out of people, and if you have to make an example out of an entire city council or a mayor or whatever, or an entire state, right? You have to, in order for you to make change. In order for change to happen, you have to hold people accountable. And I think that's so. Like the whole thing. Going back to Trump. Everybody was like, "Why are we holding a second impeachment hearing when he's out of office?" Well, it's because you have to hold him accountable for his actions, even though he's out of office. Yeah. I think you have to do the same thing to these local politicians, right? To these mayors, whatever. You have to you're gonna have to start. All right, cool. We're gonna take
Mm,
your funding away, or you know,
mm.
we're gonna put litigation towards you, or whatever. You have to
Yeah.
start holding people accountable in order for things to change. If you don't, they're going to continue to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And so I grew up.
Moving to the next
I'm
topic.
originally from Indiana, right? But I also spent my time out in Illinois, and I'm gonna tell you, I have I love Chicago, right? But so much corruption happens in Chicago, and no one is ever held accountable. So it continues. But if you hold some of these aldermans, and people in city council, and some of these lobbyists, and some of these, then maybe some change will happen. Wall Street. Everybody saw what happened with GameStop and these Wall Street, Reddit and blah blah blah. And the reason why these hedge funds were able to, still continue to take advantage of these small retail is because after 2008, when they screwed over the recession, no one held these executives accountable.
Yeah.
They could say when
Mm.
the market 2008,
Sign.
a lot of these CEOs in Goldman Sachs, right, and Fannie Mae, and all these places, they were given million and billion-dollar bonuses right after the 2008 crash happened. No one held them accountable, and they're still
Yeah.
running free. You
Yeah.
have to hold people accountable, and if you're going to give federal funding to these cities and these states, you have to hold them accountable if they don't put it to where they're supposed to go. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
All
I'm
right.
sick and tired of being one of these people that's like, well, that's just the way politics run. Man, that's bullshit in my opinion. I'm tired of that.
Word. I'm right there with you, Trent. I am right
I'm
there
sick
with
of that, man. Hold people accountable. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
All right,
Yes.
yo,
If
yo,
I broke a
appreciate.
lamp in my parents' house, my dad beat me down. I was held accountable of my consequences. You need to start holding people for the consequence. There's a certain amount of funding that you can give, again, from the Defense Department to give to education. And if the people don't give that money to education, then they should be litigated against. I'm sorry. That's my opinion.
15 minutes later. No, good opinion. So
No,
no,
I
the,
wasn't
the
saying
the funny thing is, Dash Taylor came in and said, "Man, stay hungry, Smash." He said he big ups to you, man. He's, one of your big fans right there, Dash Taylor. Big shout out to
Appreciate
Dash.
that.
So speaking of your successes, man, a lot of people had a lot of things to say regarding the work that you put in on the field and how it played out to where you were able to contribute $1,000 per tackle to the Alzheimer's Association. So Nehemiah Wallace said true inspiration.
Appreciate that.
Nehemiah. Amy Latour said amazing. Andrea Hardy said he did that. Chanel Kenny said thanks, absolutely awesomeness. Morgan Williams said left it all on the field for her. Gigi, that's good stuff, man. Why you laughing? Why you laughing, dog?
Who?
You was laughing.
I'm not laughing.
Oh, I thought you chuckled. Geek, geek. Though, so I think your whole 15-minute spill right there just threw everybody. Everybody was like, "Ain't nothing to say after that."
Yeah, I couldn't even say anything. I was
Yeah,
just
it's like everybody's stuck because we like, yeah, he just did his thing, so he said we had to say. So let's end the show on that note. Hold everybody accountable. You have to start here. And speaking of aldermans, man, gotta give a shout out to our cousin, man, Lil Marvin Bruce, running for alderman out in Holly Springs, Mississippi. Big shout out to him.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Man,
That's what's up.
Bruce,
That's where it starts, man.
man, you won't
That's where it
find
starts,
anybody
man.
more passionate about any city or county or region ever. That man love Holly Springs. Man, he gonna give. I tell you one thing, he gonna give his all, and everything that he get, whatever he's in charge of, it's gonna go right to the city of Holly Springs. No other place.
That's what's up. That's awesome, man.
If y'all
But
if y'all ever been to Holly Springs, Mississippi, Holly Springs, Holly Springs, Mississippi is a township of about, I say about a couple thousand people, about a couple thousand. But when you go to Holly Springs, it's like Cheers. If you go in there, everybody knows your name. His family, when I went to college at Ole Miss, man, I'll never forget this. When I went to college at Ole Miss, I went to Holly Springs. Holly Springs and Oxford were like 30-minute drive away. And I used to go down there, you know, every other so often. And I used to go to Holly Springs. And there was times when my uncle and my aunt and my cousins, they weren't home. So me being the person that I was, I break in the back door. I used to break in their bedroom door or their bedroom windows or the back door and get in the house, eat some food, and bounce and leave, right, before they got home. And I think it was the fact, like I said, everybody knows your name. I was trying to do it one day, and the neighbor said, "Bruce, that you?" I said, "Nah." I said, "God dang, I'm caught." He looked at me, he said, "Oh, you the nephew." He said, "You trying to get in?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, just go in the front door. Pretty sure it's open." Sure enough, front door wide open. But yeah, man, that's just how Holly Springs is, man. And y'all, if y'all know my cousin, man, he's very passionate about Holly Springs, like Adrian said, very passionate about Holly Springs, man. And if y'all ever get a chance to look him up, man, it's Bruce for Alderman at Large. You can type that into your search bar, and you can check him out, man. Donate to his campaign. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have some campaign. I know you don't live there, but man, look, man, $1, $5, man, you're gonna use it to go buy some junk food anyway. So $5, man, help him out, man. Young man, what Bruce, like 31?
Send that link, Ron, on Facebook, man. Send that link, man.
31 years old out there in Holly Springs trying to do some big things, man. So
yeah, that's awesome, man. That's like those things that need to highlight it, man. Like things change on the local level, starting at the local level for sure. And I still want Doc to run for office, and soon again.
Hey, man, look, man, I had that one child here, man. Let me tell you something. PG,
Prince
George, Prince George.
You set yourself up for success.
Yeah, but you're right, because you set a blueprint. I got a blueprint, and you helped me with that blueprint. I'm gonna tell you something. Prince George County politics is very corrupt. We all know that. It's a system. If you're not part of that system, you have a hard time of winning. And I went against the system and lost. No problem. Got my name out there. Trent got his name out there. You know, and now we're doing this show, bringing y'all some live entertainment, everything like that. So speaking of questions,
more connections now. So
right,
let's go, man.
Chantel Taylor Bonaparte said, Adrian, who was your greatest inspiration if you could only pick one football player?
That's hard. I mean, growing up, watched a lot of Ed Reed growing up. So if we would pick that position, as far as safety, if you were to say one player, so I guess I'll go with that.
Nice.
Ed Reed. Okay. Ed Reed. Ed Reed was solid.
Solid. Best safety of all time.
Well, he's solid. Sean Taylor probably would have. I think Sean Taylor, if he was still living, Sean Taylor would have.
You keep saying that's a.
I know.
What was. You know what I'm saying? If I was 6'4", I'd have played basketball.
If I was a little bit taller, I would be a bowler.
If I had a wife, I would call
her. Morgan Williams said, "What's your vision for legacy after football?"
Vision for legacy after football.
Mm-hmm.
All I know, I want to affect change, and I want to. I'm good with youth, so I want to do something with youth, with a rec center, with things like that. I can't pinpoint exacts. I'm narrowed down to a couple things, but that's what I want to do. I want to branch out, and I want to affect change in the community.
Like what? Like what kind of things?
What kind of things? Like whether it's coaching high school football, whether it's my rec center that I want to start up, just different things like that, and that's what I've always been good at and passionate with. I'm good with teaching people that's coming behind me.
Nice.
He wants to be a mentor to the youth.
That's what's up.
But that's great.
Awesome. Should. You 100% should.
Misty
That's
Cal
awesome,
said.
man.
Misty Cal said, "Build and own your own business."
Yeah, I have that too. But that's not, really my.
What's she saying? I think she's saying
Really
like build on it. Build on what you got right now, and
Yeah.
and make that like I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, business is that's good. That's something that I want to do because I'm in a position to do so. But what I'm passionate about, like, and what my legacy is going to be on, comes from what I do that affects change. Your legacy is really how you affect the people that's coming behind you. I think that's real. That's what's important to me when I hear that question of what's going to be your legacy after football.
Adrian Amos Sr. said, "Boy, following in his dad's footsteps."
Yeah, show me the
That's what's
blueprint.
up.
Yeah, my dad. I seen my dad take 15 kids. It's not his own to house in the same to take them home after after a basketball practice on the same night all over Baltimore City. So
If y'all don't know this, his father, my uncle, was a Baltimore City police officer. And he, if y'all know anything about the organizations that city police departments have, they have something like police explorers. And he was I guess you could say troop leader, or he was the leader of the police explorers for a couple of years. And actually, if you go to the the African American Museum, there's a picture of him in the African American Museum.
Oh, wow.
Yep, there's a picture of him in the African American Museum. So not only is his son famous, but he is famous as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Uncle A,
I
you're famous.
Nice. Hey, shout
So-
out though, man, for your service, man, to your dad, man, too, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the one thing I want to ask you, man, is you got 6 years in. How much longer do you think you can play?
Me, as long as my body feeling good, and I just I don't want to be the one, crawling off, limping off. I want to leave, with my health. I'm always gonna have. You play a violent game, you're always gonna have something. But I want to leave when I'm ready to leave, not when somebody telling me I can't leave. I have to go, or I'm getting carried off. I want to walk off on my, when I want to. So. I get, if I were to estimate a time, a goal has always been 10 years. So get to 10 and then see how my body feel.
What's it like living in Green Bay? Like, a lot of people say Green Bay. A lot of star-studded players don't want to go to Green Bay because there's not a lot of stuff to do there. They want to go to the LAs, they want to go to the Tampas, the Miamis, and the Las Vegas.
Yeah, I don't mind because I consider that like my work home. You know what I'm saying? I'm there for for football most of the time. You know what I'm saying? You get one off day a week, and that's not even really off because that's when you take care of your body. So you don't get much time to go out and on the scene. Some people do, but you won't get as good of results by enjoying yourself that much, and as far as the town and everything like that. So I like it. The only bad part I'll say is the cold. It's different cold. It's cold here in Baltimore sometimes, but in Green Bay when it's cold, it's different. It's
like
it's
a
0.
Hulk.
It's -4. It's their 10 degrees feels different than 10 degrees here. That it's just a different 10 degrees. So, that would be my only thing with Green Bay is how cold it is. But as you can see in February, I'm out of there. So. And I get to go home in the off seasons to where I call home.
Nice.
The one thing that kind of stuck out to me, or stuck out to a lot of people, is when they say new players come into an organization like Green Bay, they got a top, maybe considered the GOAT in most conversations, quarterback of the organization. It's been around for a long time. Stories swirl around media outlets all over the place talking about AR-12 is this type of player. He doesn't care about other players. Coming from you, being somebody who had conversation with AR-12, had the locker room experience with AR-12. Tell us how you vision him. What is his mindset? How does he prepare? Who is he as a person? Is he as, what people say, he doesn't really care about it? Is he like that?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, Mike.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he he's a great player. And then being around him, you start to see his personality more, and he's a hard worker. He's dedicated to what he does, and he's a great teammate. Throughout the locker room, he's he's always a stand up guy when it comes to that, and great leader. A lot of the stories that you hear on media about about famous athletes and stuff like that are stories you get from other people. Saying usually people that are are bitter between somebody that told them no, or somebody that he told no to, or somebody that want to get close to him or want clicks or something like that. But normally you don't get as many buttholes as he was explained to me before I actually met him. But yeah, he's a team guy. Just just like a normal guy in the locker room. It's just that he's considered one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah. All right.
Right, you see my text?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. All right. Hey, man, look, man, appreciate you, Adrian, for coming out, because, I don't know what these guys in. So.
Hey. No, thanks for coming through, Adrian, for real, though, man. This was good having you on the show, man. You definitely got to come back more, for sure, man.
Well,
yeah, thanks for coming on. It's definitely, highlighting everything you do, giving back and everything. That's definitely dope, besides what you do on the field.
Sure, appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It's the off season now. I got a little bit more time, so whenever Ron want me back, I'll come through.
Hey, man, I told y'all he's a recurring guest host. You know how some shows have recurring guest hosts that come on, every so many weeks they come on and they do something like that. That's what he's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Promote Adrian Amos attire as well.
One last question. Adrian and Ron, are you guys doing anything special for the Super Bowl tomorrow? You guys kind of just like just kind of chilling or whatever? You guys going to have people over? Or?
I ain't watching it, though.
You say you're not watching?
No.
I don't know. We might hit the heavy bag or something like that. Might go hit the heavy bag, go to the gun range, something. You know what I'm saying? Something to kill time. Something to kill time until it's over with.
I'm not watching it.
I feel that, man. I feel that, man.
Best of luck to everybody that's playing, but.
But no, I might watch. The experience of the Super Bowl, and then one of my best friends from college, he's playing in the game. He's left tackle for the Donovan. Left tackle for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I'm I'd be lying if I say it's not gonna be on the TV, but it is what it is.
Who you got, man? Who you got winning this joint?
Yeah, we'll see. You never know when it comes to Super Bowl, man. Anything can happen. But as is, I haven't seen somebody stop Kansas City offense yet. And it's not just because of the quarterback. They got so many weapons, and the way Andy Reid know how to use them, it's just like, man, you can't really bet against them. But then you can say the same thing about not betting against Brady. But either way, it don't matter to me who win. I'm just ready for the season to be over all the way.
Who y'all got, Trent? Who you got?
No, I'm with you. I'm going with Kansas City, and I'm not just because of obviously like the offense and Patrick Mahomes, but I just fucking hate Tom Brady. Sorry, excuse my language.
Why people say that? Why do you hate?
Excuse my language.
Why do you hate Tom Brady? Why do people hate him?
I don't hate Tom Brady. I don't hate Tom Brady. I just dislike Tom Brady. That's all.
Like, what? All right, I got a question. Like, so what is your reason? Like, what is your reason for not liking Tom Brady?
Because man, he kept my team out of going to the Super Bowl multiple times. That's why I just don't like Tom Brady.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's no specific. I'm just
Okay.
mad because he kept the Colts out of going to the Super Bowl, man.
So
That's
you
why.
mad? So you mad at him because he's good?
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
All right.
I'm being honest. I'm mad at him because he's great, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's just like I got a frat brother who can't stand Aaron Rodgers, and I'm like, why? He's like, y'all gonna be sorry when Aaron Rodgers leave. He's a Minnesota Vikings fan. That says enough.
Oh yeah. I'm Adrian. I'm just hating, bro. I'm just hating on Tom Brady.
Okay.
I think Tom Brady is a great quarterback. I'm just hating because I'm a Colts fan. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. At least you're honest about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Like I said, man, Adrian's gonna be another guest host of ours. You know, as weeks go on, man, maybe we'll catch a show out in Las Vegas or Arizona or the islands. You never know where we're gonna be at, but we're gonna have a show.
Pecos.
Scottsdale, Arizona. Play some golf.
Yeah, we're gonna have some kind of show going on, man. So he's always gonna be welcome to come in. He just hit us up and let us know when he wants to come in. Hey man, big shout out to my sorority sisters of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, my fraternity brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Blue Phi. Hey man, peace, love, and happiness. Treat each other humane. We can't get each other right in society unless they start treating each other right. So hey, peace, love, and happiness. We out.